Alright, welcome back to the channel, y'all. We got something cool for you today. That's right, another Ren video. Now this was a Patreon poll where you can vote on the Patreon poll for free. Check it out on Patreon. And the winner was Ren. And this is Genesis, and we're going to do a studio versus the acoustic analysis. As you see, I've got my acoustic guitar ready. Thanks so much for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Why don't we just get right into it? Ren, Genesis. Yes, acoustic guitar. We got minor triads.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this dimension, it's definitely somewhere else. I wrestle with my thoughts, constant wrestle with my mental health. I'm put on life support, I've been put upon a higher shelf. My whole life I've been fighting. This cake, it don't have icing. These mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me sane. I don't know if they're working, cerebral cortex hurting. Maybe it's all learning. Maybe it's cause life is a lottery, what's an anomaly. Sometimes it's riches and sometimes it's poverty. Sometimes your nerves have been fried by neuropathy, begging the surgeon to have a lobotomy. Honestly, I'ma speak honestly, life is ironically fucking me chronically. I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery. I'ma be straight.
So this is a theme that I've heard a lot in the comments, that he actually is very sick, and this is him talking straight at it. He's been put on life support, all of that. I believe it, man. From what I've heard, life seems like it's tough, but it, you know, he's strong and he's able to transform that into art that millions of people appreciate. Something I want to talk about musically is the way you can hear like the vinyl scratching right here.
Constant wrestle with my mental health.
Hear it?
Put on life support, I've been put up.
Now, even if you can't hear it, what you can hear is when it goes away and how clean and clear the next part is. Listen.
I've been put up on a higher shelf. My whole life I've been fighting.
I love that move. I'm gonna be trying to use that move in my next recording because that is so cool. The vinyl, and then boom, and then it's so clear. And you could start off nice and clear, but the cool part about starting with the crackly, crispy crackles at the beginning is the next part becomes so much more clear, and it's contrast. You know, it's something I always say in a rock band. If the bass player's not playing, that's one of the coolest moves in bass, because when you do come in, all of a sudden the song feels huge. And that's a similar tactic here. And then they ramp it up again on the next time around. He starts rapping in triplets with vocal harmony. Let's listen to that, and then we'll keep it going.
Sometimes it's poverty, sometimes your nerves have been fried by
Let's go back.
they're working.
Right here.
Cerebral cortex hurting. Maybe it's all learning. Maybe it's cause life is a lottery, what's an anomaly.
Bass.
Sometimes it's riches and sometimes it's poverty. Sometimes your nerves have been fried by neuropathy, begging the surgeon to have a lobotomy. Honestly, I'ma speak honestly, life is ironically fucking me chronically. I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. Never was late for the art. Never was late for the art. Genesis rain and it rain with a star. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis.
I feel like the vinyl came back in right there. Or something scratchy.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this realm of thought, it's definitely somewhere else. Wage war upon my demons, I've been knocking on the gates of hell. A heretic, a heathen, I've been screaming in this padded cell. It's pain making my pain waking, it's painstakingly cold. My soul aching, my bones breaking when holding on to control. Wrap yellow tape round the body.
There's so much production. It reminds me of a 90s, like 90s pop rock production. There's like, it's progressive, right? There's music that's like verse, chorus, which this kind of is, but the production is progressive, meaning there's something new every time. Like they go back to the same minor triad riff there, but this time there's no vinyl in the back. And then there's all of a sudden these vocal harmonies that come out. And then all of a sudden there's bass, and then there's no bass. And then there's a million things I could talk about, but this video would be an hour long if we tried to touch on every little thing. Make sure when you listen to this, give it, you know, it's fun to give passive listens and just dance, right? It's a very good song just in a sense of being a song, but also give it a good ear and try to pick out as much as you can, because there's good songs, man, have like infinite things you can pick out. Thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing, and commenting. If you do subscribe, you will help me achieve my lifelong dream of purchasing the world's sweetest Adidas tracksuit and filming my next video in it. Onward.
Close. It's malignant, it's mutated.
Let's back up.
Under control. Wrap yellow tape round the body shape, put the body in the back, zip close. It's malignant, it's mutating, it's such a sight to behold. Let me be real for a second. Tongue is a gun, it's a weapon. Reload, blah blah, that beast mode, Armageddon. Get 'em, let me take the wheel for a second. Hit a hoop like Shaquille O'Neal with aggression. Regroup with a 3-point steal in succession. Switch swoop and I'm making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession, making them feel the profession. Time is the author, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. Time is confined in the eye of my mind. It reminds me that life is just slipping right by. Take my piece of the pie and I'm feeding on wine. That I'm freedom in rhyme to defy my depression. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. Never was late for the art. Never was late for the art. Genesis rain in the rain with a start. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis.
There's a lower one now there. Love the little octave down Satan vocal. Whenever you pitch shift your voice down, it's got that evilness to it, and I love that. Okay, so this was rad. I want to look at the lyrics here real quick before we go into the acoustic because it's hard for me to catch it, but here's the chorus. I'm gonna be straight with you now. I'm gonna go straight for the heart. Pupils dilate in the dark. People dilate in the dark. Noah was late for the ark. Noah was late for the ark. Oh yeah. Genesis rain and it rained. Oh, Genesis, right? Biblical. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis. Oh, verse 2. Let's read verse 2 real quick. When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. When it's not inside this realm of thought, it's definitely somewhere else. Wage war upon my demons. I've been knocking on the gates of hell. A heretic, a heathen. I've been screaming in this padded cell. Mental health and biblical themes tied into one, and tied into a great. I mean, what I hear when I hear the song, besides the lyrics, you know, sometimes I'll hear a word or a phrase and it'll make me think about the picture he's painting. But a lot of times I hear the rhythms. And he does a lot of pitch. He does a lot of those, and it's really cool. I mean, there's just so much in his flow that is awesome. And then, of course, the classic rap stuff, like metaphors. Hit a hoop like Shaquille... Wait, like? That's a simile if it's like. Hit a hoop like Shaquille O'Neal with aggression. Regroup with a 3-point steal in succession. Swish swoop and I'm making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. He likes to repeat stuff, and that's something you learn in, like, improvisation. If you're going to play, let's just say it's jazz just for the sake of... That's like the holy grail of improvisation. Right? So maybe I go... Right? Something like that. I repeat the same thing over and over, just change a little tiny bit of it, and I love that. Time is the author, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon, right? Time is the beginning of both of those phrases. So you start with the few notes. In this metaphor, you start with the same few notes and then end it, resolve it in a different way. It's kind of nice. Okay. Let's get on to the acoustic version. I appreciate you guys for hanging with me on this one. We're probably going to dive more into guitar now, so you guitar nuts, bust out your guitars and get ready to learn. When I listened to the original one, I didn't hear much progression-wise. I think I just heard E. It's a 2-chord song. You could argue that it's a 1-chord song with extensions. So why don't we just give it a listen and see what he does now when it's just guitar. And these are always my favorite. Let's go. Live recording, you can hear every piece of the guitar.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. It's not inside this dimension, it's definitely somewhere else. I wrestle with my thoughts, constant wrestle with my mental health. I'm putting life support, I've been put upon a high shelf. My whole life I've been fighting. This cake, it don't have icing. These mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me sane. I don't know if they're working. Cerebral cortex hurting. Maybe it's all learning. Maybe it's cause life is a lottery.
Okay. Lots going on there. First of all, it's in E minor, natural minor, but then when they go into the riff, he goes Phrygian. Right? And not just any Phrygian. Phrygian dominant, which is the fifth mode of harmonic minor. You guys know I'm always talking about these terms. If you really want to learn more about them, just Google them. There's a million ways to look at every theory, every concept in music theory. Now, this is cool because it changes from the beautiful sound to... Actually, it's more like... something like that, right? It's got tension. It's got... I don't even know what it's got, but it's got it. Also, I think he's in drop D here, which is interesting because they're not in D. Usually you drop your lowest string down, which is generally an E, and since we're in the key of E, you'd think they'd keep the E, but sometimes if you want to get that flat 7, the note under the E, right? We're still in E here, but now E is like this, which I just think is a beautiful move. And the reason I know for sure is because I could hear it was a little bit out of tune.
Working cerebral cortex.
Right? Right? See, that's nice and in tune. His was almost... And I can all but guarantee that's because they're outside in the elements and they've been recording all day. And the good take they got, they're probably like, oh, that string was a little out of tune, but you know what? This was the performance we're keeping. And been there, that's just how it goes sometimes. But the cool part is, to get that flat 7, they've dropped it down to drop D. So let's keep going and see what happens.
These mantras I'm reciting, they're meant to keep me sane.
Oh, so it's... beautiful. So it's kind of like we're in E major a little bit now. It's E Phrygian dominant, which is a major type of key with a flat second onward.
I don't know if they're working, cerebral cortex hurting. Maybe it's so learning. Maybe it's cause life is a lottery, what an anomaly. Sometimes it's riches and sometimes it's poverty. Sometimes your nerves have been fried by neuropathy, begging and searching to have a lobotomy. I'ma speak honestly,
What's that guy
life
doing
is
on the
ironic,
right?
fucking me chronically. I have been ill in myself and it bothers me. License for killing myself, call me Connery. I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People start late in the dark. People die late in the dark. No one was late for the art.
Okay, you may notice the change there. It's... And he's using these fingers, which is crazy, dude. Just play like this. But he's doing like this big stretch here. To each their own, man. Hurts. I could just relax a little bit and use the pinky. I've got a lot of comments about people saying that the pinky is a sign of classical trained guitarists, and I'm not classically trained. I just want to use all the digits I have to make it easy. I've tried to play classical. Oh my god, we're in drop D. Anyway, I try to play classical guitar probably once a year, once every 2-3 years maybe, learn a piece. Same with jazz. All the genres, you know, you hear something inspiring, you're like, oh, I gotta learn that. So I never play any one genre enough to be performing level at it, except for maybe blues and rock. Everything else, you know, maybe country. I can sing a little country, but to play like the... Doesn't sound very country on this guitar, but you get what I'm saying. I digress. Holy crap, let's go.
No always late for the R. Genesis rain and it rain when they start. Genesis pain in the R. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis.
Sick. Different guitar part.
When I'm by myself for fun.
Okay, hold on. We're gonna get all these parts. Let me listen to this one more time.
With the heart, Genesis.
Beginning of the chorus. Okay, same thing twice. So he's going down to D instead of up to F sharp minor, which they go down to D, and then either B minor or E minor in like second inversion or something. Let's listen. Down to D and then yeah, B minor 7 and then to C. So Something like that. Onward.
When I'm by myself, I find my mind starts drifting somewhere else. Not inside this realm of thought, it's definitely somewhere else. Wage war upon my demons, I've been knocking on the gates of hell. Heretic or heathen, I've been screaming in this padded cell. Pain, making my pain, breaking its pain.
So see what I mean by progressive? It's like every riff's different. Now we do go back to this riff. And in the production song, the original, the studio one, they add so much different production to make it different. In this one, they don't have the luxury. They have one chord instrument. They have two instruments, the voice and the guitar, but they have the one instrument that can do multiple notes at once. Right? So let's see here. That riff, you just mute the strings with your hand. You can't push too hard, or it'll sound a chord. It'll sound all the strings if you push too hard. So you have to lightly touch, and then give it a little rhythm with your right hand. A little George of the Jungle beat, right? Onward.
Mistakenly cold, my soul aching.
Oh, let's back that up, because that's, see what I'm saying? They go back to the riff, but they're gonna make it different.
Aching my pain, waking its painstakingly cold. My soul aching, my bones breaking when holding on to control. Wrap yellow tape around the body shape, put the body in the bag, zip it close. It's more lick than it's mutating. It's such a sight to behold. Let me be real for a second. Tongue is a gun, it's a weapon. Reload. Beast mode Armageddon. Let me take the wheel for a second. Hit a hoop, lash a kilo, knee with aggression. Regroup with a 3-point steal. It's a swish whoop. I'm making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. Making them feel the profession. Time is the author, the lesson. Time is a murderous weapon. Time is a curse and a blessing. Time is confined in the eye of my mind that reminds me that life is just slipping right by. Take my piece of the pie and then feed and unwind. If I feed him and rhyme to defy my depression.
Okay, that's sick. He goes, triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it, triple it, da, 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 and then it becomes da, 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 16th notes with some rhythm in there. Okay, real quick. First riff. Right? And then sometimes he does that little pause. So that's the main riff. Then we have the same notes, E, G, B, down an octave. See, the same thing. But man, do they not feel different, right? You could change that up in so many ways. You could change the order of the notes, like right, and that changes the sound. But they didn't even change the order of the notes. It's just E, G, B, E, G, B, and then the same thing on the F sharp minor chord. F sharp, A, C sharp. This one down here is so smooth sounding. And then the next riff. Now we're in E Phrygian. And then in case you're wondering, we go to E Phrygian with a little major third. Okay, and then do it again. And I'm sure he does a little pause here, like. Right? And then there's this riff. But then there's also the chorus. Not sure about the notes of the knees, but something like that. All right, those are all the riffs, 4 or 5 riffs or something, and they're all in one key, the key of E minor. Although we do change to Phrygian dominant, but that's still E.
I'ma be straight with you now. I'ma go straight for the heart. People start late in the dark.
He's playing the chorus.
People start late in the dark.
On the guitar.
No one was late for the arc. No one was late for the art. Genesis rain and they rain when they start. Genesis pain in the art. Genesis aim for the heart. Genesis. No 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 no
Back to the top. Woo! And that is Ren, and he does everything Ren does. I'm not let down. Everything that he did was everything I've heard him do before. And I mean, not everything, but he has a lot more sounds, as you guys have shown me through all these different songs that we've listened to. But that is a beautiful and perfect song. I kind of like that one, man. That one was really good. easy to follow on the guitar, nothing too crazy. In fact, he doesn't even play guitar on that one at all. He's walking around singing, and that makes me think, he must have a lapel because he's walking around and spinning around. But if he does have a lapel, which I think I saw, that makes it even more difficult because you have to do all the movements, but you can't hit the thing or it'll shh. So I wonder how many takes, before he got the perfect take, because there's so many things that could go wrong in a live setting like that, especially on a roof or whatever, and you hear cars driving by and all of that. So thank you all so very much for submitting that song over on Patreon. It's $5 a month to submit a song, and then you can vote on it for free. Also, I'm going to be doing guitar lessons here on YouTube. It's under the YouTube membership tab. We haven't started them yet. It's something that's going to be coming up, a project I'm working on. It'll be a live stream with 5, 1, 10, however many y'all aspiring guitar players, and we're going to go back and forth, and I'll show you the ropes from beginners to intermediates. And hopefully you guys check that out. Also, I'll be doing live streams every Thursday. Not this Thursday, because instead of doing a live stream this Thursday, we're doing Saturday Ren stream, a Ren specific stream where I finally catch up on all of these requests. There's so many that it would take forever to do videos like this of. So I'm going to do a live one where we go over everything together. We talk about it, we chat about it. That's going to be June 7th, Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific time. Be there, check it out. It's going to be a great fun. It's going to be awesome. What else do I got? I think that's all my pitches for now. Yeah. So thank you so much for checking it out. We will see you guys next time. Peace.